Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto video. Man, I've been reading quite a couple of articles here and tweets about XRP, and I noticed that quite a lot of people have changed their minds about XRP. I want to talk a little bit more about that, but also about the whole Flare situation and what's going to happen with that. Now, before we get into any of that, make sure you press the like button, subscribe, and comment something down below, because the first time we hit 1,500 likes within 24 hours, we're giving away 250 XRP. All right. So the first one here comes from Terry Boom Kinder. He said, for all people who think it's unusual that the SEC would warn Ripple of enforcement action, you obviously have never dealt with a government agency. It is common practice to send a letter before proceedings, and thus everything we said about the SEC before actually going about a lawsuit, informing them about 24 hours, I think, up front, is not a weird thing. Now, in my belief, it is actually a very odd thing, since if you are accusing somebody of fraud, giving them a 24-hour notice before making that information public is definitely not smart, especially if you're trying to protect investors. But I guess that's the US, that's how they work. To me, it's very odd, but all right. Then, Leonidas here asked the question which I've talked about many times before. He said, am I the only one troubled by the Flare distribution? Once more, I've made, I think, like 5 videos or so, or talked about this at least 20 times already, that I think Flare is stupid in the sense that the distribution is 55 billion for them, basically, and 45 billion for us. Now, the way that it's really distributed is about 25 billion to the Flare Networks Limited and 30 billion to the Flare Foundation. And this limited basically is just the Flare team, right? So 25 billion, a quarter of all this money is going to be given to the team just because, I don't know, they made it. And 30% is going to be like the XRP locked in escrow made for the development of the coin. Now, one thing you must understand is that Ripple is involved with this as well, as Ripple is an investor, or at least through the, I believe, Spring, which now has a new name that I forgot, maybe Ripple X or something like that. I kind of forgot, maybe Ripple Works. I don't know anymore. It used to be called Spring, X Spring. They invested in this whole Flare ordeal. And I don't think it was their idea to do it this way, but they are involved with this. And I kind of feel as if XRP is a security, this whole ordeal might also not turn out well, even though it is something that is built on top of XRP. And so inherently, from the start, it is not a security, but the way it is distributed, it might actually still be a security. But then again, comes the question of how is consensus reached? Well, in this case here, everything is kind of the same as with XRP. The only thing I find different is that, well, this can actually get a lot of adoption without Flare interrupting, kind of like Ethereum, I would say. But at the start, that's definitely not going to be the case. And I kind of feel as if XRP is going to be deemed a security, then Flare is going to go too. Now, Flare responded and said, because Leonidas said, according to the white paper, 25 bill will go to Flare Networks and 35 bill will go to Flare Foundation. This is similar to what Ripple and other projects did, which is causing major issues with regulation and trust. And Flare said, to understand the intentions for the distribution, please reread Section 6 of the Flare Network paper. Also be aware, no executive of Flare Networks Limited will have a board position at Flare Foundation. More detailed information soon. Well, I read it like 5 times already, and I'm personally saying once more that this is not a good thing, but all right. Max said here, 25 tokens will go to the developers. Once more, that's just rewarding the team, basically. That's 1/4 of all the coins in existence go to the team. Flare, and 30 billion tokens go to a non-profit foundation called the Flare Foundation, which is basically, again, the Stellar Foundation, and for Ripple, it's Ripple. Basically, it's just the foundation of a crypto project, which might be called non-profit, but those guys that are working on there on the board can still get a freaking hefty salary. We're talking millions a year that they could get. Or, for example, a couple million tokens a year, for example, maybe even a billion, because they get paid, right? Even though it might be a non-profit company, doesn't mean they actually don't make profit. If you guys get that, or it doesn't mean that the people in there don't actually make money off of it. Then he said, I have nothing but respect for those who sold XRP, but please have the same respect for me, the stupid idiot who held. Respect goes both ways. Crypto Bull then said, those selling XRP now do so because they can't tolerate the pain anymore. It has got zero to do with facts and fundamentals. There are no facts right now, simply allegations and speculations. I compare to the CV vaccine. Everyone does it, and the experts tell me. Well, I kind of feel as if it's the same type of way, but the one I was more interested in was Stuart here, a well-known guy within the XRP community, And I must say out loud here really quickly, I do not care exactly what you do, all right? If you want to sell your coins, go right on ahead. If you want to keep your coins, go right on ahead as well. I personally don't really care what you do. But I feel as if this is, first of all, very honest, which is good, but also very counterintuitive or contradictory. Let's read. Alright, so I actually already uploaded this video to YouTube before now noticing that there's a couple of things that I should change, and one of those things is how I talked about this specific tweet. This tweet reads, "Don't be mad at me, I still believe in XRP in the long run. I have sold all my XRP at 29 cents for ADA at 17.2. I can't deal with the stress of the SEC XRP security news. Until that's sorted out, I will be out. Been accumulating XRP since 2018 with $0 profit. I wish you all success." And the first time I reacted, I said, well, this is not a bad choice because he is selling some coins for a different coin, which he thinks is better. However, I did also mention that, well, he's doing this because of stress, which I could never recommend. And I kind of want to come back to that one because I should say differently, I think. I just said, I kind of feel like what I said wasn't too professional because I kind of said you shouldn't ever sell if you're under stress. I should take that all back, all right? You guys didn't hear it, but I did say it. What I should say is I really want you guys all to really consider properly if you should sell your coins or not. We just heard about Crypto.com actually delisting XRP. We heard about Coinbase getting rid of XRP trading, and most likely quite a lot of exchanges will follow now that this has happened. And you should all consider whether or not you want to take this risk, because it's a big risk, big reward. That's the way it is, but we can fall lower. You should understand. For Stuart, this was his limit. He could just not hold it anymore, so he wanted to sell to be out of the stress, which a lot of people have. One more thing to consider is that quite a lot of people are actually forced to sell XRP because of exchange delistings or because of trade halts. A lot of these guys do not know how to withdraw or are not in a position where they can afford those things where they have to withdraw or actually see their money go down, and they would rather just cash out and buy something else on the exchange rather than having to withdraw it altogether or really not be able to trade it when they want to, which I also get, but that's one important thing to note. However, to come back to the tweet right here, I'm going to say that if you are selling something because you're stressed out, it is most likely because you're either overexposed, which was the case for Stuart here, or there's something else wrong. There could be one of the variables in, I guess, stress there, which you've done to yourself. One could be overexposed. Another one could not have enough trust in the system. Another one could be too little diversification. As he also says here in his other tweet, that he is a big bag holder of one. And the fun situation actually comes when you look at the bigger picture here. He said, "I've invested more than I can afford to lose with the majority of my life savings in XRP. I did not diversify as I always believed in only investing in the best. I will sell XRP no less than $15 or I will ride down to zero," which already has a couple of interesting points, right? He says, "I've invested more than I'm able to lose," which is already stupid. The second part is the majority of my life savings, more so stupid. "I do not diversify as I have always believed in only investing in one, or I guess the best, more so stupid." And he will not sell below $15 or ride to zero, which is the only thing I guess that I agree with in that statement. But this statement here got a ton of attention, almost 3,000 likes. But I personally think it's very freaking stupid, as I just feel as if, going for either $15 or zero is a fine choice, as you're basically supporting a project where you're, of course, always rationally looking to exit and enter cheaper, since that's what anybody should be doing if they, want to make more money. But, and there's a big but to this one, even I have a limit, right? And my limit for XRP is zero because I see it in the sense that I'm just looking for cheaper opportunities, and the risk to reward will always be worth it to me. But maybe that's also because I'm not in the US and the SEC is not on my ass and they're not going to block trading for me ever, and I just feel as if Ripple will just move to Japan or something like that and still be fine in the end. I'm not too sure, but I kind of feel as if that is backing me up here, why I'm not too afraid to go through my choices or through with my choices. But if that's different for you, Once more, I'm not going to scold anybody for selling their coins, as that might be your best option. Stuart here for selling actually made a good little buck, because I don't know what the price is at right now, but I think it's at about 23 or 22 cents or so. So, you know, he took a 30%, I guess, loss had he not done that. So yeah, I can kind of see sometimes where it's a smart idea. If anybody sold at 29 and bought back now, you'd have 30%, or I guess, I don't know if that works the same way around. It's a little bit more difficult because let's not call it exact amount of coins that you would have extra, but you'd have a lot more coins. If we were to go back to 29 cents, you'd have a lot more money, right? And those swings are possible. That's what traders do, of course. In this case here, these are heavy swings as exchange delistings and exchange extravaganza is happening right now. I'm personally quite excited for the future still, though, and whenever I'm selling, I will always tell you guys, as I believe in transparency in that sense, but it might also be in a certain degree that I just feel as if I don't really care if I lose it. I just want to kind of be there for Ripple, not because I really care about the company in that sense, or those guys care about me, because once more, I have no affiliation with them. I just kind of feel as if, like, everybody's abandoning ship, and if we all keep on doing that, if we all keep on getting out, well, what's going to be left, right? They're going to have an empty community. Of course, they'll all join back in once XRP is declared not a security, but I'm kind of actually, if you think about it, I'm kind of betting on the decision of the SEC here. Because basically what we're doing is we, as XRP holders right now, through holding or buying back cheaper, we are all betting the SEC is going to call it not a security. If they call it a security once more, guys, I do not know about the future of XRP. I do not know how they will survive. I do not know what they will do. I cannot tell you guys too much. If they are not a security, oh my days, the gains will be humongous, I presume. And that's kind of what we're betting on here. So basically, we're betting a huge sum of money on one lawsuit. If it's a positive result, ton of money for us. If it's a negative result, we'll definitely lose a lot of value, and it could be very negative for XRP for a very good while, depending, of course, on how Ripple wants to take care of the future. But we do not know about that. I had more in this video, but I'm going to skip that, I think. Maybe through some editing, I'll actually put it back in. I got to check, all right? But if not, that was it for today. Hopefully see you guys again, but I'll see how the editing goes. Over 10 crypto companies ditched XRP support. The token may retest April's barrier of 17 cents. Yeah, it could. It definitely could. Here's a couple of exchanges that already stopped with XRP or companies. It might get more. Definitely so. It's only for the US though, so you'll always be able to change XRP. But I do get that people are getting afraid right now, especially if you see more tweets like this of people who are really afraid. And then XRP holders will soon be able to trade Spark token. It's kind of fun because, I mean, a lot of stuff is coming out about Spark, about how it's going to be coming up here relatively quickly and it's going to be quite good. But I personally feel that Spark won't last a couple of months if XRP is deemed a security because, well, it's really quite alike in a certain way. If XRP, however, is not deemed a security, then Spark has a lot of good chances to actually earn us a lot of money, but we'll see. All right, I'm just saying wait it out with Spark. It's free money anyway, so who cares? Nothing's going to happen to us regardless of the situation, so I'm pretty excited. But yeah, that was it for today. Hopefully you guys all enjoyed it. Check out the links down below, and I'll see you guys again in another crypto video. Join the Discord, by the way, too. All right, link down below as well.